Welcome to the warm-up, everybody. I'm Neil Beasley, and district play is starting to get on everybody's schedule all across the great state of Texas. So it's time to get you warmed up for this week. Huge early matchups that could have playoff implications in Week 5 as we're getting close to the halfway mark of the regular season. Let's preview some of these games in the lineup. Biggest game of the week is in 9-5A Division II as Iowa Colony hosts Richmond Randall. Both teams are 4-0 and are dominating their opponents as neither squad has given up more than 2 touchdowns in a game. When you're scoring over 40 a game, well, that's a recipe for success for sure. Something's got to give in this one, though. Can the Pioneers slow down Randall's Landon Williams-Callis out of the backfield? Not many teams have over the past year and a half. Last week, the Lions mixed it up by inserting Keelan Sweeney in as quarterback, which threw Fort Bend Marshall off track. We'll see what wrinkle Brian Randall adds this week for Iowa Colony. The Pioneers' Carson White's been magnificent behind center, and their defense has been dominant behind defensive end Chris Johnson. This one is a true pick'em game, so find your way to Traylor Stadium Thursday night. Wouldn't be a warm-up without previewing a game from the best 6A district in Houston. This week in 23-6A, C.E. King visits Atascocita. With both teams coming off their bye, they should be completely ready for this one. Let's start with C.E. King. It's always a tough luck situation for the Panthers because in just about every other district in Houston, they'd be fighting for a district title. But in 23-6A, King battles just make it to postseason. And it's a shame because they got the talent to contend, especially with running back Deion Sims in the backfield. The speedster broke the backs of Spring Decaney in Week 3, and he scored from all over the place. Unfortunately, Atascocita has about 2 or 3 guys with Sims-like speed, including their quarterback, Carday All-Day Mack. Since getting the nod as the Eagles' starting quarterback, opponents have not been able to figure out this dual threat. His arm and legs have confused opponents. They've already knocked off Katy and Austin Westlake. This will get a grueling 7-game district schedule started off for both teams, and they'll want to get it started right. We caught up with another big-time athlete on the gridiron in this week's Recruiting Trail.
Austin Carlisle, quarterback. Somebody who's going to develop me, treat me like I'm at home. Someone who's just going to make me a better person overall, better man, good staff that's going to treat the players right, coaches that are going to be for the kids. It's something we're just going to go win games. Just being able to help the offense any way I can, being able to be a guy that the players like, the coaches like, being able to back up on, and also just being an explosive guy in the offense, being able to score touchdowns, because obviously at the end of the day I get paid to score touchdowns. So me on the field and me off the field, 2 completely different people. Me on the field, I would say, is more of, you see, very outgoing, relentless. I'm gonna go, I'm gonna talk some mess. I'm gonna get in your face. I'm gonna kind of just do a little more than I would off the field. Off the field, you see me more as just laid back. People will say nonchalant. I'm kind of to myself. Sometimes I'll go out and have fun and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, being a quarterback, my life kind of rallies around being around the team. So I try to hang out with the guys as much as I can, try to go places with my teammates, bond with them. I'm coming to win games. I'm not stopping recruiting, I'm still going. Don't sign until something December something, so I'm gonna go get as many recruits as I can. Break all my current records. I know there's a whole bunch of accolades out there in Houston and Texas and stuff like that, so just be on the top of all those leaderboards and obviously go win state and leave my team better than it was whenever I got here. Just the whole goal of being a leader. I want everyone to realize that the team is going to center around one guy and that we're going to need leaders. So I want the community to be able to rally around a single person, just how they could rallied around me.
We can't get our cameras to all the big games this week, so here's a preview of some other huge matchups in the hype. A couple of interesting 22-6A games this week. Shadow Creek takes on Pearland Dawson, and Pearland meets Manville. Most felt these were the four teams who would make the postseason out of this district, but Manville is in desperate need of a get-right game. They thought they had one in Week 3 when they hung 75 points on Pasadena Memorial, but last week, the Mavericks weren't very competitive against Shadow Creek. In the non-district play, they lost to a couple 5A squads. Meanwhile, Pearland has a head of steam. They haven't given up a point in 3 weeks. That's right, 3 straight shutouts for BJ Gott's team after an opening night loss to Fulshear. Shadow Creek got dominated by Summer Creek in their opening game and fell off most people's radar, but the Sharks are still in the water and have 3 straight impressive victories. Dawson is also 3-1, but their defense is troubling. The Eagles have given up 5 touchdowns or more in every game, and that won't work against the athletes at Shadow Creek. In small schools, Belleville and Columbus finish off their non-district schedules with good old-fashioned showdown in Columbus. It'll be a tall order for the Brahmas because Columbus is about as hot as any team in the state. Adam Schobel has been just filthy behind center, and with Grace and Rigdon in the backfield, the Cardinals haven't come close to losing. Cards have scored over 60 points in every game, probably would have been 70 in some of them if Coach Schobel hadn't shut it down early. Belleville has played a juggernaut non-district as they want to toughen up on their quest for another state title appearance. Dede Murray has been running loose in the backfield, and there's not much more you can say about DJ Sanders on the defensive line that hasn't already been said. He's just a scary sight to see for offensive linemen. We'll see what happens when 4A meets 3A on Friday night. Hey, that'll do it for today's show. Thank you so much for joining us. The coaches have spoken, so we leave you with the 6A Coaches Poll. Go out and catch some excellent Texas high school football this weekend.